Members of Unisa's SRC are threatening to shut down its Pretoria campus following a breakdown in talks with management. Let's get you the latest on the story now, and we're joined on the line by Unisa spokesperson Martin Ramotshela. Martin, thanks very much for your time. This is not the first time there have been threats of a shutdown at Unisa. I mean, this issue dates back some years, in fact, but for 2019, what are the main issues here?
I think it will be important to categorize, to put the issues in two categories. There are issues that are within our span of control as a university, such as the demand for us to reinstate the call center, the demand to allow students who completed higher certificates in 2018 to articulate to degree programs, the demand that we should do something about the matter of qualifications that do not have SACA IDs, and a rejection of the fee increase that we have put in for 2019. There are other issues that are not within our control, such as the demand for laptops and textbooks at the same time, which is an NSFAS matter. There's an issue around the demand that NSFAS should extend the same benefits to Unisa students as they do to students who are at other institutions elsewhere. So those will be the two categories.
And of course, in your discussions around members of the SRC, surely what Unisa will be asking for is that these issues can be resolved without it affecting teaching and learning time.
Absolutely. It is our argument that if you look at the nature of these issues, they don't actually warrant that there should be a shutdown. You take, for instance, the issue of the one student, one laptop. We already engaged with the students last year, where we reached agreement and worked with them and NSFAS to change the setup at NSFAS, that students who are studying with Unisa and are funded by NSFAS, for the first time have the option to choose whether they need a laptop or a textbook as part of the funding. And it was very clear, the parties agreed that if you choose the laptop, you will not get the textbook. If you choose the textbook, not the laptop, and so on. So it was quite strange that in the new year now, in spite of the agreement, the demand comes in that says, no, now we want both.
Yeah.
But we are saying that, fine, if it's their demand, but I think you are placing it at the wrong doorstep, because we are not the funding authority. Ours is to provide teaching and learning. But we also insisted that we actually went a step further to assist you. One, in terms of opening these lines of communication between you and NSFAS. Number two, we put in an additional 5 million from our own coffers to purchase these textbooks so that they are available at Unisa libraries across the country. So what you are doing is actually unfair on the institutions.
Look, Martin, on the side of the students, if I were to just think about what their issues are, it must be incredibly difficult to try and get through a semester of teaching and learning if you don't have everything that you need, textbooks, laptops included. Yes,
and we have a lot of empathy towards that. But the reality of the matter is that we are responsible for teaching and learning. We walk the extra mile to make the textbooks available. But if this dispute is around who funds their studies, we do not have the latitude or the authority to decide matters on behalf of NSFAS. It's a basic fact.
Yeah. So what happens from here on out? There were some meetings that were scheduled for the beginning of this week. That didn't go according to plan. Where to from here?
Well, if you had listened to what the president of the SRC had said yesterday in one of the media platforms, and I think it was also echoed by other student leaders and other platforms, was that they are going now to be engaging other relevant stakeholders such as the DHEAD and NSFAS to raise the issues pertinent to them. And we welcome that and we wish them luck, because we think this is where they should have started in the first place. And also to emphasize that in terms of the issues that are within our control, there is actually agreement. We do not dispute on those issues.
Yeah. All right, all the best to you and those students as those discussions continue. Martin Ramotshela is a spokesperson for Unisa as the SRC there threatens to shut down the Pretoria campus.